as much as, and the more you will be clear, the more clarity you can pass on. The more you will be clear, it will be better for you, better for the others. Then he said that a mentor, a guide, or a person who is doing amar bil ma'ruf, nahy anil munkar, advising people, seekers, is helping and supporting physically and spiritually all the time. And he said that the mashayikh actually, mashayikh mean who are masters of this path, meaning actually who are like all encompassing. One is you have one aspect, okay, you can teach fiqh, or you can teach tazkiyah, or you can teach an organ, you can give zikr, okay, then actually you can do this, other things. One is all in one. That's the shaykh actually, that who is all in one, meaning actually regarding the spiritual, the physical, the tariq part, and all scenarios can be actually achieved. And then, as I said, actually, everyone, because the Prophet ﷺ asked us, commanded us, Ballighu anni walau ayah, that even one sentence you should pass to others. So whatever the mentors, or they know, they're trained, okay, they pass that to others. Once they learn more, then they actually get more, they're more, etc. Because no, they are obliged to do more than they know, or more than what they can. No, the others, the mentees are supposed to do more than what they can. They are also so taking an actually steady and easy and practical way. So he said, planning to ensure that he does not, does not fall in complete lap of nafs and shayateen. This is like a 24-hour role, every minute of every week. A high caliber sheikh. So now he's saying, Abdul Aziz Abadi referring to the high caliber sheikh, actually special, even spiritually continuing to support him even after his apparent departure by the izn of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said if the person, Allah gives him tawfiq and is very, mashallah, high caliber mashayikh, that they, even after physical departure, they also actually are connected, can be connected and support with du'as and things. So anbiya and awliya are like this. And he said that they are such people that thinking about them, they think about seekers. They should think about them, him making dua for his or her spiritual and worldly well-being, planning to ensure that they do not fall into a complete lap of shaitan. So this is the actually one of the parts of the role. A seeker can never truly appreciate what favor a sheikh does for him. A high caliber sheikh may watch over a seeker hundreds of times in an hour, meaning spiritual, that is in the spiritual sense. The guide is almost restless until and unless the seeker arrives in the circle of safety and can remain steadfast on the path and sharia. As the seeker may have proved to the sheikh beyond any reasonable doubt via various modes of testing that he can withstand the nafs and trickery of shaitan coupled with dunya over a period of time. Then only by mercy of Allah and fairs from the mashayikh where the seeker can remain steadfast, as there is a light of protection over his life too. A seeker may fall into error, as no one is masoom except anbiya, but he or she returns to the Lord very quickly with tawbah. The seeker does not commit any major detrimental error or sin, nor remain stubborn in the mistake either. So he's mentioning that how the seeker and the shaykh, the role is, and how the seeker should be, and when they are even advanced, that what type of behavior they should be actually having. So one of the things which the mentees or anyone who wants to start the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they need to be clear of the purpose, the reality. And reality can be explained simply or at length and in depth as well of the path and the Sirat-e-Mustaqim. Allah Jalla Majduhu on various parts in the Quran have elaborated on this. But for us simply to start with, for our own clarity and for the seeker clarity, there are two verses of the Quran, two parts of the Quran we use. One is where the kalima, there is one part of the Quran where La ilaha illallah, and then there is Muhammadur Rasulullah. So this is part of Quran. Then there is that verse, وَمَا خَلَقَتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. So these two, and coupled with Surah Al-Asr, which I mentioned in the beginning, they clarify to a larger extent and the purpose and clarity. So La ilaha illallah and وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ, they are referring to the same thing. Wama means actually, and we have not created who? Jinn and human beings. So this wama we have not created, and in the kalima la, that there is no one worthy of making God and purpose of your life. So this is where one should focus first and then actually mention other things actually after. So how that la ilaha, so stopping there, that no one is worthy of worship, and when no one is worthy of worship, no one is worthy of making objective of life, purpose of life. So what does that mean? That now one should clarify everything that and bring in everything which a person possibly is making or can make a purpose of life. So in that one can say that everything is included. Look, in that yourself is, you are not yourself, you're God. You are nafs, firstly, that get out of this shell that which we are in sometimes, that we consider ourselves the purpose, that me, I am the purpose. So in that sense, the person is trying to use the people, and also sometimes they are in this mindset, they want to use the pious people for their purpose, and the Prophet ﷺ and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Jalla wa ala, making them the center, and he just try to use others rather than actually making them the purpose and using oneself and abilities. So this a person can fall into this trap. So one by one, you can, every mentor, they can write a list for them what they think appropriate for the people, that these days what purpose they are making. For example, this day of technology, or previous times it was different. But in essence, they are mostly the same thing. Some, as I said, firstly to negate that if you have to make sure and believe and wake up to this reality that you yourself are not the purpose and ma'bud and maqsood. So forget about from yourself that I don't feel like doing this, or I this and I, etc., etc. These I only come when you have made the purpose. So getting out your personal likes and dislikes and feelings and emotions and things, okay, they are there, but they are not the ma'bud. Secondly, you can mention, for example, this dunya, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ, you are not created for dunya. La ilaha, dunya is not ma'bud. In dunya, in dunya many things come, then actually women come in dunya, money come in dunya, business come in dunya, ego, that is part of the self, politics come in dunya, fame and name, all these actually things come in dunya. So on that basis, you have to negate them. They are not your purpose. You have to get out, because otherwise they will hold you down. Sooner or later, they'll hold you down. After 1 month, you'll say, oh, I started dhikr, I started to become pious, and my business is going down. So first day you came for this reason. Oh, I started this, my wife actually does not like me anymore. Okay, that's not the purpose. Yeah, this is going on with the dunya anyway thing. Other thing, for example, my friends left me. They were not your... You see, if a person does not clarify after 6 months, 1 month, they are going to come back with all this, or this is happening, or this is happening, or I am suffering from this, or my illness has come, or this has come. Because why? Because the first day I did not fully make clear to this person that what really you are coming for, and what you are created for, and what your purpose is. So that person will come again and again with the same thing, and you will be just saying, okay, brother, no, be patient, or etc. This is a test and thing, etc. He should be clear from the first day, and after that it can be just a reminder that you already know what the deal is actually. This is the thing. So wama, and not, we have not created, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ma khalaqtu, I have not created, wama khalaqtu, not created. For what? Why it's mentioned not? So that firstly, its negation is necessary. Jinnah wal, human being and thing. So for what they have not been created is to be covered beforehand, and what they have been created, what is purpose of their life, that is to be covered after. Because otherwise there will be a mumble jumble, meaning the true purpose they will have and the false purposes they have. So there will be mixture, there's sometime going for this, sometime going for this, sometime for the true ones, some time for the fake ones. So that person will have a problem really at the very root of his path, which it will sever him again and again, bring him back, etc. So you need to be hyper-focused on actual thing, and the other thing have its role, then it can be mentioned to them as well. So normally you have to negate these things. For example, what worldly status and these things, that if it's going down, it doesn't matter. You did not come to us for this. Where there are people who are not on the path to Allah, they are getting worldly fame, and they're also they're homeless on the streets as well. They are not path of Allah. They are beggars who are not closer to Allah. They're kings who are not closer to Allah. So that is not relevant.
𝙤𝙎